Hey guys, welcome to another POV street photography video. This one is pretty different because I finally got to travel and I'm in Seoul, Korea. So because it was raining, I decided to keep my gear simple. I was only using the Sony A7IV with a 35mm f1.4 GMaster lens. So as usual, my first few shots are just warm-up shots, nothing too complicated. I just want to get myself into the street photography mood and mindset. But I really like this establishment, so I decided to walk around it and see if there are any cool angles. And I spotted light coming through this door, so I decided to get a shot of the subject inside. I really like the wooden walls of the restaurant. It gave me this like warm, homely vibe, so I made a photo out of that. I then spotted these colorful shutters, which I find very unique to Korea. I wanted to take a photo of that, so I did a test shot, and basically after that I just waited for a subject to enter my frame. As you can see, I spotted a subject on my right, so I just held still and waited for her to enter my frame. So I noticed that the lady was standing right under the neon sign and it would make a great photo. Remember my test shot, my first ever test shot, I wanted to replicate that with her in frame, so I took one from eye level and one from a low angle. So I was pretty satisfied with the shot that I got, so I decided to continue walking down the street and to explore more of it. So I was drawn to the very colourful umbrella on the right side of the frame, but before I shot that, I turned back, saw a puddle and basically shot the same restaurant that I was shooting previously. Right after that, I wanted to shoot the colourful shop, so I preset my focus point to where I estimate that the subject will be. But unfortunately there was a glass panel and I missed my focus, so I decided to manual focus instead, and it was really difficult to do that in the rain because I was holding the Insta360 camera with one hand, the umbrella with my neck, and the other hand was my camera, so it was quite a difficult task, but eventually I did it and I got a sharp image. There were a lot of restaurants in this area. Most of them were quite modern, which I wasn't really looking for. I was looking for like rustic vibes. And I spotted this fish tank which I thought was very interesting, so I took a photo of it. I really like the color contrast between the fish tank and the surroundings, and also the silhouette of the fish. Overall, it's a very simple image, but I love it. So I walked to the end of the road and turned back to see if I missed anything. I took this photo. It wasn't amazing, but I guess it was pretty decent. Eventually I found myself on the main road and I spotted this stairwell where light was spilling into the area. It was so cinematic in real life, but the photo didn't turn out as well as I expected it to. I got really bored of this street. There was nothing really interesting. There was no cars, very little people, no interesting light. So I looked for an entrance to an alley and decided to walk into it. So once we were in the alley, it was back to the old rustic vibes, which I really like. And I spotted this lady, so I took a few steps back, framed my shot, and got a couple of photos of that. And as you can see, there was this dude looking at me. He was wondering what I was doing. I told him I was a tourist, and yeah, we had a short conversation. He's one of the shopkeepers around this district. And after chatting for a bit, I headed off to shoot more photos. And this is when I spotted one of my favorite places of the shoot. Basically, I saw these rolls of white, I don't know, plastic or paper, and I thought it would make a great photo spot. So I walked in, took some photos inwards, and then decided to turn around and shoot outwards. So So as you can see, the light from the restaurant was reflecting onto the white plastic sheets, which was so cinematic. I wanted to have someone in frame, so before that, I took the test shot as usual. And once I was happy with that, I just waited for an interesting subject to enter my frame. And that was when this dude just suddenly appeared from behind, and I think it was one of my favorite photos of the entire day. I waited a little longer to see if I could get any more interesting subjects. I got a couple of people with umbrellas and I was quite happy with that too. And this is basically the first episode of the POV street photography video, the Korea series. And if you like the edits of my photos, I do sell presets, link is in the description. And yeah, do consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and I'll catch you next time.